Hi guys, this is T from InvestorScope looking at Intel, ticker symbol INTC. Today is the 2nd of November 2020. So you can see Intel has been around $52 today. It's been kind of stuck in this range for a little while, 52 down to around 48. And if you zoom out a bit, you'll notice this is an island. We had another island here. We capped just before COVID, slammed right back down, out of range and back into range. I mean, Intel is a very interesting company. I think its dividend yield is around 2.7% currently. And obviously its growth is quite sustainable and it has some interesting products. But on the daily chart, there is an argument made that Intel is doing quite well and that it is a good opportunity. You can see supports around $45. We're about $50. I think the free discounted cash flow fair value for Intel is around $65 or so. So we're about over 20% below fair value. Good margin safety. But what I imagine would happen is just kind of looking at this pattern or so that would continue sideways for a while, and sort of the 200 would come into here. And once we start to interact with the 200 moving average, there'll be an argument for a sustainable rise. That's looking at the daily chart. Now, if we look at the weekly chart, there's a bit more interesting kind of phenomenon going on here. So we see during the dot-com bubble, Intel had an exponential rise up to around $71 or so. And this kind of a saucer pattern, we came back up to there, just shy of $70 or so we were on the weekly chart. And I think that was just before COVID as well. Yeah, February 20 of this year. Now, this chart is a bit worrying in the sense that there is an argument to be made here about a double bottom, and especially when you have a double bottom where the latter is lower than the first. Now, if we look here, it's only lower by about $5 or so, but correcting for inflation, this chart would look something more like this. Sorry, now I'll just clean this, and it would look more like this. Up to around here, we came down, and this is kind of the inflation. So obviously, this is much lower in if you correct it for inflation compared to here. Now, even looking at the unbalanced volume, we are also divergent slightly. We were higher here than here, but obviously we had huge momentum here, so that's obviously what's coming into play there. Now, if we kind of zoom on to this, we can see we're interacting with the 200 moving average again. What I don't like to see is when we're down at the 200 moving average and we're touching off it for quite a while. And remember now, these are weeks. So I like to see us come into 200, touch off it, move back up, touch off it, move back up, touch, come closer, move up, touch it, move up. That's a sign of strength. When we're interacting like this quite for a while, we could move lower. Now, what I personally think is if Intel comes down to $45 or even down to $48, I'm going to start going long. And if it moves lower, I'm just going to dollar cost average anyway, because we have a dividend yield here and it makes sense that Intel's growth will continue forward. Thanks.